they also try to simultaneously make a cure for it so they can put the genie back in the bottle.
It's called Phase 4A of the 1971 flowchart document. The flowchart is first located on page 61 in that 1971 report. The preceding pages we will debate around the world, answer every question as to why we have HIV.
Well, stay there. I want to do one more segment. We got a break for 70 seconds or so and then come back. But all I know is this. By exposing AIDS and by exposing race-specific bioweapons, and that they are being used and being deployed to great horror and great misery, this may back the globalists off to not launch an even larger phase, as you're right in saying, Doctor, they've said they plan to do.
Live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
If you go up to Infowars.com, you can link over to BoydGraves.com, and he's one of the main people out there that's been exposing the fact that AIDS, HIV, the supposed virus, is an engineered bioweapon. Sir, from my research, it's clear that they're also just using AIDS as kind of an umbrella for other bioweapons that they've been testing around the world. Do you concur with that statement?
Well, Alex, of course, it appears that for the last 100 years, we have had an enhanced science ability to engage ourselves in recombinant sciences. This is a matter of recombinant genetics, where according to the United States Recombinant Identification Program, they go through and can show you which viruses have been recombined, i.e. which ones are man-made and which ones are not. According to Dr. Robert Strecker, he broke this story back in the 80s, that HIV was a bioweapon. They're now, and ICY, they're saying that apparently all virology is man-made. So what did they know and when did they know it? We're getting ready to even go back and look at the bubonic plague area as to how this racial deletion in the gene sequences between black and white had something to do with the bubonic plague, where Europeans became negative on that gene site. And now it is the gene site that has, on the positive side, 80-some% of the world's population has that positive side of the gene. As to how HIV, there is the docking site. This is totally sinister in each and every way. It totally is.
All right. Well, listen, we'll have to get you back up for a part 2 in the future as people have time to go read your research material and digest it. Just in closing, do you agree, though, that by exposing the fact that these things exist, that they've been developed, and that the government then also writes documents about how they want to use them and reduce population, I mean, it's to me, it's hidden in plain view. It's right there. That by exposing this may keep them from launching more attacks.
Well, I believe that's certainly to be true, but I believe it's even more maybe important to get to the root cause of the problem, and then that may be the events back in 1776, May 1. The Rothschild group got together, and then on July 4, 1776, they formed a corporation. If I don't have a right to life, I need a space, an area where I might be able to seek to exhibit that right. It appears that I do not have a constitutional right to life, and I'm going to try to keep fighting and hope others will join the cause for truth and reconciliation as we come to the eighth weapon.
Okay, Dr. Boyd Graves, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you very much, Alex.
You bet. The website's BoydGraves.com, ladies and gentlemen. And again, sometimes I go on the radio and I sound just like Boyd Graves, so much info, throwing it out, complex issues, every statement he was making. But just looking at his written research on the website, I ran into all of it, or most of it, in my own research from their own words. It's not like we're saying globalists want to kill us, or we're saying they've developed race-specific bioweapons, or we're saying they developed AIDS, because we think so, and we found that idea under a toadstool. They say it, they write it, they do it, they're into it, they're pushing it. And then they come out with this whole new generation of super viruses that are so engineered that, it cures you from using drugs. It goes in and eats part of your brain. And that's what it says it does. Or, we're going to give the girls live cancer virus so they can't get this other cancer, but you'll still get the cancer. And, by the way, it kills you part of the time. And I mean, we're all being experimented on by a bunch of lunatics. And certainly they have no qualms about doing it to non-Caucasians. I mean, it's certainly clear that that's the main target. But they're also doing it to whites. and experimenting and Jews are doing it to Jews in Israel. I mean, it is just, it's a power trip by a bunch of sick freaks. I mean, how else do you say it? They have been obsessed with this all along as the ultimate weapon of warfare and control. And they're testing on us all right now. They're doing all sorts of things to us right now. And because it's so complex, you can't go down to the local cop detective and have them go bust them. We'll be right back with a lot of key news on the economy. Ron Paul, the 5th of November. Stay with us.